share my screen. I want to share my screen.
Please, are you sharing your screen?
Hold on, I want to share my screen. I want to share my screen. All right. Give me a moment. I just goes on a record, so to be recorded. Then I'm going to share my screen, so everything is recorded from there. I'm going to see my screen right now. Once you can see my screen, you let me know.
You can see it. You can see it.
This is the chatting platform. SNS chatting platform. Okay, right. You can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Talking about the
Yes,
session
please.
on 1 hour time. So, Elizabeth, can you hear me now?
Yes, please. I can hear you.
All right. So, what strategy do you use, or have you been using so
I
far?
want one. I only use indicators. I'm a
Indicator.
beginner.
All right. So, what indicator do you use?
Yes.
What indicator do you use?
I use trend line and safety net.
Brandon and what?
No, no, I want one rice. Safety net.
Safety net. I didn't hear what you said.
Mom,
This safety what?
Mom, I want one rice. Okay, I called it safety net, but I
Safety
use
net.
EMS 200
Oh,
and
okay. You call it
EMS
safety net. All right. All
20.
right. I was kind of like, what?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's the name you call it. Okay, that's very good. Very good. So that's how that's
That's
mostly
the
how
name I call it.
that's mostly how I actually do my own as well. I tend to call them my own names as well. So that's a very good one. So that trend line you're talking about, to be using the trend line on this chart. So be using we are trading breakout and retracement too. Breakout and retracement. So let's go to once you look at this 2 weeks 2 weeks movement on book. Last 2 weeks or 3 weeks to date. That's what we are looking at. So I hope that's fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So last 2 weeks, 3 weeks is going to be around May, right? So start from May to date. So this is the day here, and this is the 1 hour time frame. So we're going to be using 1 hour time frame and 30 minutes time frame. You'll be able to catch trades using this strategy on those lower time frames. They are high time frames because that's why I want us to use them, and they are also you can find them like in a day 30 minutes is going to occur like several times. That's why I want to use lower. We can also use 4 hour time frame for this. But if you use 4 hour time frame, you're going to be catching like one move, maybe one move in a week or something.
Okay.
I want us to look at 1 hour time frame. So we'll be looking at catching good moves within a day, maybe 2 days, 3 days, and so on. So this is me here. Let me back test it to me on 1 hour time frame. Then after that, I'll go to the lower one. All right. So this is where we are right now. Me.
Hello, sir. Please, I want to ask you a question.
All right.
Okay, I think basically we're just looking for those move pattern that's double top, double bottom. Maybe in a downtrend, you're looking for double top to enter the trade down. And if it's a uptrend, we're looking for that's W pattern to enter the trade up. Am I correct, sir?
All right. So double top, double bottom. We'll also put that into our outlook. So if you see a double top on the trend line, you see other components is also telling us to move as well. You understand?
Okay, I just feel that would be easier for us so that we follow the trend, wait
All right.
for extreme zones, then down, then ride the trend down or
All right. So I want to make it very
is that a
easy.
good
I want to,
strategy?
yeah, it's a very good strategy. So adding risk management is going to make it very solid. So we'll be adding risk management here. So the risk management we'll be adding is once our trade is in about let's say 100 or 100 on both, let's say 100 or 200 p profits, we're going to move our stop loss to break even. And if the price
Oh,
comes after our entry to hit our break even, and if we see another if we see something that was going to make us enter a trade again, we're still going to enter again upon break even. So that's how we secure our capital and minimize our loss.
okay,
Do you
sir.
have a question? No question, right?
You can go on, sir.
All right. Okay, so give me a moment. Let me get my phone plugged. Unplug my phone, the light, and then continue from there. Give me a moment. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's move on to the chat and start with backtest strategy right now. If you have a question, don't hesitate to ask because we're all here to learn and learn. Yeah. So once you have a question, just ask. I will look into it. Even if the question is out of right, is about trading.
Eh, sir, I'll be asked, but we have not really had time to do that. Those your entry setup, those rules. So I'd like you to like review it as in when we are back, that when we spot such on our own, we can understand that this is what you mean. Like using trend line, second touch, or trend line, the W, how you use it
Okay.
personally so that we can understand. You get me, sir?
All right. So
Yeah,
I understand
that's
what you say. I understand what you say. So I have a list that I follow up for that, but I want this class to be very simple. I want it that even if you tell a baby that okay, this is what you look out for, the baby is gonna know. Another one is very so you're looking at for very simple things, not like everything on that list. You understand?
Okay, sir. We understand you.
I have a list, but I want us to look out for something. Just one single. I want us to look at one thing. Once you look out for that, once you see it, you shoot. Right? Then we'll be adding more confidence to it maybe as time goes on. But just that one thing, that's what I want us to look out for. And I actually want us to look out for that one thing because to make you understand that trading is all about risk management. It's not mostly about your strategy. You understand? So
Yes, sir.
it's more about risk management than strategy. That does not mean strategy is not important. No, strategy is also important, very very important, right? But without risk management, your strategy is a waste.
Hmm.
So that is why
Okay.
I said we should look at something very simple, very simple. Just add risk management to it, and let's see how we're going to secure the capital. That's the aim. Secure the capital, make profit.
Okay, sir.
All right. So we're looking at just breakout and retest. For any pair we'll be looking into right now, right? Whether gold, if you want to finish on gold, you want the only thing you are looking out for is breakout and retest. I had to. There's someone I also that also contacted me that said oh, he wants to learn strategy. So I just told him this same thing I'm saying right now in this life. I told the person teach you something very simple. And I have a list here, but I'll just teach you something very simple. If you can capture this and replicate it, add good risk management, you are good. So the person tried it. The person is testifying to it right now. Let me testify. Then we use the strategy to trade. Easy to trade BTC USD. So tell me that oh, this strategy is working well on BTC USD. So he's trading BTC USD, he was able to flip $50 to $200 in a day. Good flipping is we should not consider our success in trading by flipping, right? Instead, let's consider it by growth, right? Growth, capital secure. How this we can secure our capital within the space of 6 months. That is growth. How we can make some good profit within the of 6 months to 1 year. Is our winning rate bigger than our losing rate? That's what we should be looking at, not by how much time, how much we flip money. So flipping, you can also if you depend on your personality, right, and how well you are able to risk the risk capital. How can you manage it? So that's why risk management is really important. So that is what we'll be looking out for. That is simple thing. So if we understand what you said, I will also look into other things as well. But for the sake of this life, I want it to be simple, like for anybody. Like anybody, if you have not been trading before at all, once I tell you this thing, right, and you can do it, you are good, right? That is exactly why we won't be looking at so much. So you can also look at this thing as well. If we then maybe in our consecutive more classes, if we talk about when we'll be diving into other stuff as well on the confluence, then you can start ask to add them. All right. I guess you already have the list, right? So we also talk about it. We are not leaving that behind, but for the sake of this class, so do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, from this price that have happened in the past, right? This is what we are looking out for in the future. Remember, this we already practiced, but I want to show you like from this one that have happened in the past, what we are looking out for. All right. So from this one
Okay,
that have
sir.
happened in the past, this is exactly what we are looking out for. All right. So let me bring up my zone. I'm looking at break and rotate, right? Can you hear me? If you can't hear me,
Yes,
just
sir. We can hear you.
clearly.
You can see it clearly.
All right. So look at what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at. Zone like this. Want to mark a zone. Support and resistance zone. Now, how do we get to support and resistance zone? This is what I will explain support and resistance and trend line. That is what we'll be using. So how do we get a support and a resistance zone, right? Now, a support zone is a price. Let me, if you have your notes, you can write this. Just the two things I'm going to explain: support and resistance trend line. Do you have a note with you?
I'm screen recording already.
Okay, yes, my recording. All right. So this class is also recorded. I'll be sending the link as well once we're done. It's recorded. All right. So we're talking about trend support and resistance, support and resistance, and trend line. So for support and resistance, that whenever the price gets to, it's gonna buy, it's gonna bounce up, or it's gonna buy, right? Support is a zone that whenever the price gets to that zone,
Yes, sir.
it's
Yes.
gonna. Now, what I mean by support zone is a zone like this. Anywhere the time the price gets to that zone, it's gonna buy. Let me use an example up here. So now you can see when the price came here, right? When the price came here, it bought. When the price came here, it bought. When the price came here again, then broke it. But you can see before the price broke it, when it came here, it bought, came here, it bought, came here, it bought again, right? Can you see? Because of this, but came here and bought, right? That is why we call here a support zone. Now, one of the rule of the support zone is that if you are writing, please write that. One of the rule of support zone is that whenever price comes here, the price is going to buy. Whenever number one rule is whenever price comes to that place, to that zone, or to that price, it's going to buy. That's number one. Number two, a valid support zone must occur multiple times. A valid support zone must occur multiple times in the past. Must have occurred multiple times in the past. That's a valid support zone. Number three, whenever a support zone is broken, it turns to a resistance zone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we
please.
can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Are you writing or you are just so should I repeat again or you've gotten that already? I didn't hear you.
Please repeat it again.
All right. Three rules of a support zone. The first rule is that zone is going to buy, just like what we have here. Whenever price comes to that zone, it's going to buy. It's going to buy. Enter price comes here, we're expecting it to buy. That's one of the rule of support zone. Whenever price comes here, it's going to buy. So number two, a valid support zone must occur multiple times. That is, occur once, occur twice. That's multiple times. Occur twice. That's called multiple occurrence, right? So it must occur multiple times, either in the past or present. Okay, this one can go back. All right. So either in the past or in the present time, it must occur multiple times. This is also an occurrence, right? Although I'll still have to explain this occurrence here. It must occur multiple times, right? The third one is first one is whenever price company is going to buy. Second one is it must occur multiple times. The valid trend, a valid support zone must occur multiple times. And the third one is whenever support zone is broken, it's going to turn to resistance. Talking about when the when it got broken, it turns to resistance. All right. So have you written that down? Have you written that down?
Yes, please.
All right. So welcome, Iberi. Welcome. written that down? Any question on that before we continue? Every hour. Okay, but if you can hear me, I guess you are muted. Let me check. I guess you are muted. You can click on the audio icon on your screen to unmute yourself, so you're able to hear you. Click on an audio icon that looks like this on your screen to unmute yourself and be able to hear you. All right, welcome, Game Cool World. Game Cool World, welcome. How are you doing, sir? So, Game Cool World, how are you doing? Click on the audio icon like this on your screen. Audio icon, unmute yourself so we able to hear your voice. Then you can.
The connection is kind of bad. You just keep it speaking.
I didn't hear you. Surakat, you said something. Surakat, can you hear me? You said, can you repeat yourself again so we're able to hear you? All right, if you can hear me clearly, just, let me know so we'll continue.
You can hear you.
All right, all right. So let's continue. So I've been written on. Let me repeat it again. So for the sake of those that just joined, just got started. So we're looking at break and retest price action strategy, right? So let me go again. So on our list, we also have two things we'll be looking at: trend line, support, and resistance. For now, we're still talking about support. So on support, we have three rules that will follow on support. You can write down. You can write it maybe on your notepad, on your book. I prefer write it on your notebook, right? So that on support, we have three rules that we look at. All right, welcome, Ademola. Welcome, Ademola. How are you doing? All right, let's continue. So the first support is whenever price comes to that zone, it's going to buy. This is an example right here. Whenever price will come to the zone, it's going to buy. Whenever price comes there, it's going to buy. So the first rule is whenever price comes to to that support zone, what we call it a support is whenever price comes there, you can see this place is a place that whenever price comes around that place, we're going back up, right? That is why we call it a support zone. A support zone is a zone that whenever price comes there, it's going to buy, right? It's going to
It will
go up.
test. It will test.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Can you come again?
Never mind, sir. Never mind, sir.
All right, all right. So whenever price comes there, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. It's going to buy. That is what we call support zone. Now the number one rule is whenever price comes there, it's going to buy. Number two rule is the price that zone must occur multiple times. Like you know, have to occur multiple times, like one, two, and so on, like that. Multiple times. What I mean is like at least two times or more, right? Now the third rule is this. The third rule is this: that whenever a support zone is broken, it's going to turn to a resistance zone. You can see support zone got broken here. It's now turned to a resistance zone. So I hope you've gotten that. Have you written that down? Should we move on to the next one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So the next one is resistance zone. When when the price gets there, it's going to sell. This is an example right here. The price came here, it sold. It came here, it sold. So it came here, it sold again. So that is what we're looking at. A zone that whenever price comes there, it's going to fall. It's going to drop. It's going to crash down back. It's going to sell again. And also learn how to look at those support and resistance zone, how we can support them out. Right? A resistance that is a zone that whenever the price gets there, it's going to crash back down. It's going to crash. It's going to sell. When it comes there, it's going to sell. can see what happened here. Price came here, it sold, it came here, it sold, it came here. You can see it's refusing to break this place, right? So that's the resistance zone. So what the pay rules of the resistance zone is number one, when the price comes here, it's going to sell. When the price comes here, it's going to sell. That's the number one rule. Number two rule is it's occurred multiple times. You can see here it's occurred one time, two times, and three times. So multiple times is at least two times. It must occur multiple times. Now the number three rule is whenever its resistance zone is broken, it's returned to support. You can see when this resistance zone got broken here. You can see it got broken here, it turns to support. That is the third rule. So any question before we continue? Any question before we continue? I hope what I've explained is understandable and you're all getting what I'm saying. You're getting what I'm saying as well.
Yes, please. I'm getting it.
All right, very good. So any other question? This is the room for question on support and resistance before I move on to trend line.
You can continue. There's no question.
All right, thank you very much. So this is
Sorry,
all.
sir. Let me just
All right,
ask. I want.
okay.
Sorry for interrupting. Concerning this support and resistance, I know you said they touch. There will be multiple touches. When they are broken, they turn to resistance. But I want to ask about the time frame that is best to draw this support or resistance, or do we just draw it on whichever time frame we are trading?
All right, that's a very good question. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that question. So let's talk about that. Now, depending on the kind of trader you are, you can draw your support and resistance on any time frame depending on the kind of trader you are or that you want to become, right? And if you want to like trade all types of trader, right? Depending on the setup you want to get, that is when you know where to draw your support and resistance. Now, for a day trader, someone that trades in a day, then we have scalper, we have day trader, we have swing trader, right? So you want to be a day trader, right? You want to be catching trades like hold it within a day, right? You draw support and resistance on the 4 hour time frame and on the 1 hour time frame. If you want to become a scalper, you want to be scalping it, draw your support and resistance on the 1 hour time frame, on the 15-minute time frame, on the 5 minute time frame. If you want to be a swing trader, you want to hold your trade for a long time, you draw support and resistance on the weekly time frame, on the daily time frame, on the 4 hour time frame. I've answered your question. Or do you have any other question that maybe I didn't?
Yes, I can understand you.
All
Yeah, I
right.
get it, sir.
So we are drawing this on the 1 hour time frame because you are looking at the trading. So if you want to swing trade, we'll move to the higher time frame. Understand? All right. Any other question before we move?
This is scalping trading, right?
I didn't hear you.
I said, is it scalping? Because you are using 1 hour time frame for the analyze.
It's day trading.
This okay, this is day trading.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
All right. More questions coming in. I'm still waiting for to get more questions. Any more questions? All right. So just in case this live link gets ended, make sure you stay on the Telegram channel. I'm going to be sending just in case we get shut out of this one because the link I guess it lasts up to maybe 1 hour. Then once it gets ended, I'm going to share a new link on Telegram channel so we can continue for what we stop. All right. So since there's no other question, let's move on to the next one, which is what trend line. Let me take all these ones out. So you can write trend line as a subtopic as well. So you'll be trading trend line, breakouts, and retest as well. Now this is a trend line. Now how do we plot a trend line? To plot a trend line this way, the trend line must be touching 2 weeks before the current price. 2 weeks or two troughs. Now when I say touching 2 weeks, this is what I mean by touching 2 weeks. Uh, you can see this is a week, but let's look at the one that the trend line is touching currently. Look at this is a week, this is a week. Now you can be touching the wick of the candle or the body of the candle. Now, why do we draw a trend line this way? Because the trend line also serves as a support zone. Now, what did you talk about a support zone? Remember, I said we have two types of trend line: the uptrend trend line and the downtrend trend line. So the uptrend trend line serves as a support zone, while the downtrend trend line serves as a resistance zone. Now, this is the uptrend trend line. One of the rules of the uptrend trend line is it needs to be touching 2 weeks the current price. One of the a valid trend line. The valid trend line must be touching 2 weeks for a current price. Now, remember, are you writing down? Remember, I said the uptrend trend line is still a support zone. That means whenever the price comes to that trend line, it's going to shoot up. When it comes here, it's going to shoot up. That's the support zone. But support zone is, remember, the support zone we talked about is like a horizontal zone. But the trend line is like a support zone. It's the uptrend trend line precisely is a support zone that is in a sloping form. So you can write one of the rules is number one, the uptrend trend line must be sloping upwards. It must be in a sloping form. It must be sloping upwards. Number two, it must serve as a support zone, meaning whenever price comes here, it's going to buy. When it comes here, it's going to buy. When it comes here, it's going to buy. This is for the trend line. Whenever price comes here, it's going to buy. That's what you are looking at. That's the more rule is it needs to be sloping upwards. It needs to be sloping. It needs to be in a sloping manner. So a trend line is a support and resistance that is in a sloping manner. You can also write that down. For the uptrend trend line, number one rule is it must be sloping upwards. It must be sloping upwards. This is sloping upwards, like is a slope moving in an upward manner. It's ascending to the upside. That is the uptrend trend line. That's what you see. Uptrend is moving up, sliding up, right? The second rule is whenever it must serve as support, so that means whenever price comes there, it's going to bounce. It's going to bounce. Number three, it needs to be touching 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks before the current price. A valid trend line must be touching at least 2 weeks before the current price. While number four will be whenever the trend line, the uptrend trend line is broken, it's going to turn to a resistance. You can see where it got broken, that turns to a resistance. So have you written that down, or should I come again?
We understand you, sir. I understand you.
All right. Any other person?
Yeah, you can proceed.
Okay, you understand, right? So we are ready to move on, right?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
now this is for the uptrend trend line. It just serves as support, but it's sloping
Support
upwards.
become resistance, resistance become support.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. That's a very good one. So now this is for the uptrend trend line. for the uptrend trend line. Let me take this out. Now for the downtrend trend line, let me look for a spot right here. This is the downtrend trend line. Number one, okay, I didn't mention something in the uptrend trend line. The uptrend trend line should be found below the price. This is the example we give that time. It should be found below the price, meaning it should be below. You can see the price is above. It should be found below that price. That is for the uptrend trend line. Now we already talked about that. Just add this to the list that you're writing down. So for the downtrend trend line, it must be found above the price. That's number one.
Can you come again? Can you come again?
For the downtrend trend line, it must be found above the price. Above the price. That's number one. Number two, it must be sloping downwards. Downtrend is sloping downwards. That means it's descending to the downside. It must be descending to the downside. It must be in a descending manner. Number three, it must be touching 2 weeks before the current price. Did that come again?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. Number three, it should be touching 2 weeks before. Look at this. There's a week here. There's a week here on body. You can see there's a week here or body right here. You must be touching at least two of these before the current price. That's number three. Number four, it must serve as a resistance zone. You can see whenever price comes to the trend line, it will sell. Comes to the trend line, it will sell. Comes to the trend line, it will sell. Can you see that? So it must serve as a resistance zone. So it's like just like the uptrend trend line is just like a support zone. The downtrend trend line is just like a resistance zone, but in a slopy manner. That's just what I want you to understand. So that's rule number four, right? Are you writing? All right, welcome, Miracle. Welcome. How are you
Yes, sir.
doing?
We are joking.
All right. So, Miracle, welcome. We just go started and we're talking about trend line. Just the subject. So now, that's all right. Rule number five. Whenever the trend line, the downtrend trend line gets broken, it turns to support. So when it got broken, it turns to support, right? Can you see that? Whenever the downtrend trend line gets broken, it turns to a support. Any questions? To ask your question, this is a question time for uptrend, for trend line, uptrend trend line, and downtrend trend line. Whatever I've said that you don't understand, I'll have to say it again. Just ask your question.
So I just want to ask, assuming we draw a trend line, then maybe price broke it above or below. Can we readjust? Maybe price broke it, then respected, then start coming inside the trend line. So we have to readjust our trend line to fit the price, the current price. Am I correct?
All right. So if I'm correct from what the question you asked, you are saying this one out. So you're saying, let's say the price comes like this, right? This is a downtrend trend line, right? If I'm correct, you let me know. And the price broke it, right? And went up. So your question is, are we going to readjust this trend line to this point? Is that your question?
Yes. Are we going to keep adjusting it or just leave our trend line?
All right. So now you have to adjust it depending on where the price is. It all depends on where the price is currently. You understand? Your adjusting depends on where the price is. Now this is like the price already passed this zone. So when we go to this current one, we'll see how we'll be adding it. right? So you adjust it depending on where the price is. So did that answer your question?
Yeah, I get it. I just want to confirm, are we recording this section so that we can watch later?
Yeah, it's recorded.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So any other questions on trend line, up trend line, down trend line?
Sir, you said before we mark the trend line, we should make sure that it gets to the key level, right?
Before we mark the trend line, we should make sure it gets to
Yes.
the key level. So, key level. What do you mean by key level?
Like how do I put it? I don't know how to put it, sir.
Is it like support and resistance zone?
Yes.
All right. What I said is the trend line serve as a support. Now the trend line is that key level. Let me put it this way. This key level you're saying now, the trend line is that key level. Am I making any sense? So you're not waiting for the
Yes,
line
sir.
to get to your key level. The trend line is the key level. Now you can see
Okay.
this is a value resistance zone. When price come here, it will go down. Whenever price come here, it will go down. So your level, that your key level is the trend line itself.
Okay.
So once you mark out your trend line, it's already a key level. It's already a zone. You understand?
Copy. Copy
It's just
that.
that the only difference from your normal support and resistance and trend line is support and resistance is in this kind of manner. It is in a flat in a horizontal manner like this. This is our support and resistance in a horizontal manner, right? This support and resistance support on the horizontal manner, right? This is the horizontal manner support,
Yes.
right? Now trend line
Yes. And
is the diagonal manner, like the slant manner of support and resistance. It's still the same thing. So your key
okay.
zone, which is your support and resistance, is also your key zone in your trend line. It's just that trend
Okay.
line is giving you another view of it that okay, you can also find this key zone in this kind of manner. You can also find it in this kind of manner as well.
Okay, sir.
You understand? You can find it in a
Yes,
horizontal
sir.
manner. You can find it in a slant manner. So
Okay.
I've answered your question.
We can find it.
Any other question? Yeah, for the
Sir, you
sake
can
of those that
continue.
just joined, okay, for continuing, for the sake of those that just joined, we are talking about trend line, support, and resistance. It's very simple. There's nothing too much about it. So when we apply it to the current market, that's when we see how simple it is. All right, so let's apply it on the current market right here. So let's start. Let's add first of all add support and resistance. So I'm adding it. If you have a question, you can ask. This is the support. This is the resistance right here. From our rule of resistance, right? You can see
Yes,
what
sir.
happened
Yes,
in the
sir.
past. So from our rule of resistance, right? It must occur multiple times, right? It must occur multiple times. This is our resistance zone right here. You can see the resistance was a resistance, right? It was resisting selling, and when it got broken, it turned to
Yes.
support, right? It turned to support,
Yes.
and when it got to
Yes,
break
sir.
it, it come back to resistance, right?
I went back. Big
Came back to
correction.
resistance.
Yes. Okay,
All
sir.
right. This is what we are looking out for. Now, let's draw our support zone. Whenever price comes to support, it's going to buy, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is our support zone right here. You can see what happened here. Whenever price came there, it bought. Just from
Came
our
back
ruler
and
rules.
retest back up.
Yes. So once you've gotten the rule, you are good. So you are saying even our price come here again, going to buy, right? Let's do our trend line.
Sir, sorry, I want to ask one question, sir.
All right, you can ask.
Okay, for support and resistance, I just want you to clarify. Um, you see the first one we do, upper zone we drew. Okay,
Yes,
fine. You turned there was multiple touches. You turned resistance to support. But
yeah.
I want to ask, um, you see the lower zone we have some multiple tests there, and the upper zone we have some multiple tests there. I want to know why we didn't use those ones as our maybe minor support or something.
Did
Or
this one
do,
up here?
how
Did this
yes,
one
and
up
the
here?
one below. Yeah, you have like
Yes,
three
yes,
touches below.
yes. I like
This one here.
Yes.
weak, weak
Yeah,
Let me
support
mark
yes.
it out.
and weak
Let me mark it
So I want
out.
to know. Yeah, I want to know why we didn't use those
All
ones instead. Is there
right,
any rule?
that's a
Yeah.
very good question right there. Very good question. Thank you for that question. All right, so let me mark two pieces out, like you said. All right. So why we didn't focus on this one? Because we are focusing on the trend line, sorry, on the zone, the zones with significant moves, right? Significant move. When I say significant move, you can see when the price came here. There was no significant move here. I want to look at the price with significant move because I don't want to be catching small move. I want to catch the big move. You understand? You can also pay attention to this, right? But I want to be catching big moves. That's why I'm focusing on the significant move. You can see when the price came up here. This is a significant break up here, right? Then start giving us this range again. The only time we started experiencing significant moves is from here down to this point, right? Down to this point, down to this point, down to this point. So I'm expecting another significant move down to this point again, from up here down to this. And this is another significant move here. From down here, this bottom here, to this top. From down here to this top is a significant move. This is just an inside an insider support and resistance. Like it happened inside this significant move. It's just like a retracement inside a significant move. Remember, in the price we have when we're having an uptrend, you must have a retracement. When you're having a downtrend, you must have a retracement, right? So I'm seeing this as a retracement inside the significant move. I want to be looking at the big moves. Just like what we say, okay, follow the trend. So when we are following the trend, we are removing, we are filtering all that small noise that's gonna like distract us to look into. So I'm saying this as a noise because it's a small move. You understand? I want to follow the big moves because I want to catch big moves.
Okay,
All right, welcome wisdom.
that's interesting.
I do hear you. Wisdom, welcome. It's not very much. We're just talking about support and resistance, trend line, and that's all. So I've answered your question, or maybe I didn't give you the right answer. Just tell me, so I'll come again.
It's fine. All we need is just to practice more. It's okay. It's fine. Let's
All right,
continue.
all right. So I'm saying that a noise, but you can also put it into consideration. But I'm looking at this big, or significant move when it came here and dropped, when it came here and went up. That's what I want to see. All this one I'm seeing it as a smaller time frame support and resistance. Like when we go to the 15 minutes time frame, we'll be seeing this as a big move on 15 minutes time frame. This small move here.
That's the
I want to
range
be
you
focusing
market.
on the this 1 hour move. That is this major zones on the 1 hour. So I've answered your question,
Yes, sir.
and I want to add less instrument on the chart, so my chart don't become so noisy. All right. That is why that is that as well. And I also want to focus where the price currently is. You can see where the price currently is. I'm focusing on the zone where the price currently is as well. That's what you should do. Always focus on where the price currently is. This is the zone, the support that is affecting the current price. Sorry, this is the support that is affecting the current price. This is the resistance that is affecting the current price. Right here. So let's add our trend line. Right. This is the valid downtrend trend line. Any question before we continue? Any
No, sir.
question?
You can continue, sir. No, sir. You can continue.
All right. This is the valid trend line, and let's add the zone right here. I'm seeing a move here. Want to catch a small move. Now let's say we want to catch a small move right here. It should be right in this zone right here. That people just asked about this zone. Let's say we want to catch a small move. I'm not looking at catching a small move, but let's say we want to catch a small move right here. Right? You can see we have the trend line here, right? This is the trend line. We have a zone here, this small zone. If you go to 15 minutes, it's going to be like a significant move. But on the 1 hour, you are seeing that it's small move. Upon this, I told you we are trading breakouts and retest. Let me give you an example here. This is the zone here. So what wants to trade this? What we are looking at before we trade. If we see a breakout to the upside, right, and retest, we buy. If we see a breakout to the downside and retest, we
And
sell.
retest. Sell.
You understand
Yes,
what
sir.
we are looking out for? If we see a breakout to the upside, we buy. If we see a breakout to the downside, we sell. This is exactly what we are looking out for. If we see this, we enter the trade. If we don't see this, we don't enter. You understand? Now for the trend line, for the trend line, right? If we see a breakout to the downside and retest, we sell.
Okay.
The downtrend trend line is looking like this. If we see a breakout and retest, we buy. So this is going to be our selling right here. This is going to be our buying right here. This is exactly what we're looking for. The pattern we're looking out for. The price action move. Enter trade. So if you have any question, this is what we're looking out for on the chart before we enter our exit. Any question?
So, sir, let me ask again. So basically, the chart is better now. So we are thus the strategy is that when we open the chart, we are day trading 4 hour or 1 hour. We look for the support or resistance closest to the current price.
Price.
Correct.
Then maybe we can add our trend line if it fits in. Then we just look for break and retest of the trend line or support and resistance. Then close to the price, then the retest is to tell us that okay, price is respecting this our zone. Am I correct,
Yes.
sir?
Yes. You know our entry as well.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
This is what we're looking for. This or this or this or this. Any other question? Please feel free to ask your question. If you don't understand what we're doing here, feel free to ask your question. You're all here to learn. Feel free to ask your question before we continue.
Yeah, scared. Sir, continue.
All right. Taking this one out.
Ah, okay, sir, let me just ask again. The retest now,
Yes.
do we go to a lower time frame to look for this retest, or must it appear on our current time frame, maybe 1 hour or do we go to a lower to
You can see it
because
anywhere.
sometimes this retest can just be a week. I don't know.
All right. I understand what you're saying. That's a very good question. Very good. All right. The retest will happen, right? On let's say for example, the retest happen on 1 hour time frame. When you go to your lower time frame, you're not still going to see that same move there. The time frame, there's no difference in time frame. All right. The time frames, they are all like giving us the same. Like what is happening in 15 minutes is like what is happening in 1 hour. The inside thing that's happening in 1 hour is what's happening in 15 minutes,
What
right?
is happening?
Let's say for example you see a retest on 1 hour. If you go to 15 minutes, you're still going to see the retest there. The 1 hour is just that the 1 hour just reduce the candlestick formation. The 1 hour just reduce the
Okay,
number of candlesticks that you are seeing. In 15 minutes, you see
okay,
plenty more
fine.
candlestick,
Yeah.
but you still see that retest, that break and the retest. So no matter the time frame you are using, but make sure if you are looking at on 1 hour, right? You are going lower to 15 minutes to look at maybe it is if you are seeing the same thing. You understand? If you are looking at 4 hours, you're going down to 1 hour to see if you are seeing the same thing. As if you want to go down to see if you are seeing the same thing. But whenever you see this, you make your entry on 15 minutes. That's where you see your sniper entry. For the
Okay.
sake of this class, we'll just be sticking on 1 hour. But once you are entering into the live trading, go to 15 minutes and do it.
1 hour to analyze the chart and 15 minutes to enter the trade, right?
Yes.
Okay,
You can
sir.
use 4 hours to
Okay.
analyze this 15 minutes to enter.
Okay.
We're still looking at this same thing we are talking about. This same move I just showed you now. You can see what the price did here, right?
Yes, sir.
The price give us this, give us this break and this retest. This is our trade right here. Can you see that? This is this thing right here. This sell trade that was our trade. Can you see
Hey.
it?
La, la.
Yes, sir.
This was our trade sitting right here. Because why was it our trade? Because it followed our pattern, right? This is 1:2. All right. So let's look out more again.
Wow,
You can
wow,
see this
wow.
move. You have a question?
No.
Okay, so I want to ask now, using this our trade setup, is it still valid if the price is bouncing from another support when it's doing this retest? Should we be worried?
About like I come again.
Okay, see this our trade now, the setup. You see,
Yes.
before the one we picked, the price like is bouncing from the zone, the support down. going up, should we be worried when price is doing such, or the price must not get to a support, then retest, then drop down? Do you get my question, sir?
All right. So you said this went up, it came down.
No, before that one, the let's go left.
All right.
That last swing down now. The break
It came down like this.
retest, yeah, yeah, that gave us our setup.
Okay, this one here. Are
Yes,
you
you know
saying? Are you
it is
worried
now
about what?
bouncing from another zone.
It's bouncing
You
from
know the
another zone.
retest, yes,
Yes.
it's bouncing from the support down. Should we be worried, sir?
Okay, okay. Now, okay, I understand your question. Okay, the test is a support zone here, right? Is it what you're talking about? This support zone.
It's bouncing from that support zone. Or
Yes.
should we look for more confirmation for our entry to confirm, okay, this is valid?
Okay, so your question now is, since there is support zone here, are we going to be worried? So we are not supposed to enter the trade because there is support zone here. Is that the question?
Because that is, where the price is coming from, is bouncing off from, because it can also be decide to start going up from that support zone.
Okay, from this support, right?
Yes, yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, okay, okay. So that's a very good question. All right. So now, since we already know you have a support zone here, that support zone should be our TP. You understand?
Start zone should be your stop loss.
Yeah, I get it, sir.
So the support zone is supposed to be our take profit, so that once the price gets to the support zone, we are out of the market and we'll see what the price wants to do again. Whenever I give us the setup again, we enter again. If it does not give us, we're out of the market. You understand?
Sir, I have a question.
Don't ask.
Um, the last candlestick should signify if the last candlestick break that support level, does it
Yes.
signify a sell?
Okay, if the candlestick, let me give the instance. This support, is it the
The
support or this one?
Yes, the center
This one.
support.
This one is down here.
No, the up one.
This one up here.
Yes.
Okay, if the candlestick break it to the upside or to the downside.
If it breaks to the downside, it has already break to the downside and
Okay, if it breaks
reversed.
it to the downside like this, and if it comes back to test it, it's our sell trade.
Okay.
Yes, it's our sell trade. So any more questions?
Yes, sir.
Any more questions?
No.
I think we should continue. We just practice more.
All right, all right. So let's continue.
Yes, I loved.
I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So you can see what happened here as well. You can see there was a break here. When the price came here, it came this trend line, right? Can you see the break of the trend
Yeah.
line, right?
Yes.
Price came back to retest. It broke the trend line and it broke this resistance, right? Can you see it?
Yes.
And it came back to retest. This is our entry again, right? Now the price broke a trend line and a zone, which is giving us two buy, right? If it breaks trend line, is buy. Retest upon retest, we buy, Abi. If it breaks support upon retest, we buy. So this is giving us two things telling us to buy, right? So this is our buy trade right here.
More lo, 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 lo. Ooh, lo, 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 lo.
Any questions?
Ó kúrò ń bẹ̀ lẹ́nu.
Do you move up ahead? Any questions before we continue?
I think this one is very clear to us now. Yes. Can we do another backward test on another time frame? I mean, another
All right. So
maybe
let's forward.
GBP USD.
All right. Play on this. Let's forward play on this and see how it works. Remember, we need to apply our risk management to it as well. So let's go to our zone out. We go to our trend line. There's that is down trend line. We are seeing another trend line here. Another trend, right? So let's see what the price is gonna do. We want to forward play now. This time around we are forward playing. We are playing to the forward to the future. We want to see what the price is gonna do to the current price where it is right now. All right. So let's forward play. Can you see that? Can you see what happened? All
Yes.
right. So you are still having a trend line bounce here. You see a trend line bounce. There's no value breakout yet. All right. You see a trend line bounce and the zone is still holding it. All right. Now this is a breakout from this trend line. Let's see. Let's adjust this trend line like this. Now you can see the price already broke out from this trend line and this psychology level. Now we need to be adding our risk management to this. Now we're applying this now to a moving market, right? So let's see upon the
Yes.
retest. We need to see a confirmation upon the retest. Like this weak rejection is giving us right here. Upon this weak rejection, you are seeing a rejection here. If you go to the lower time frame, we want to be seeing a bearish engulfing candle, but we won't be switching to the lower time frame here. But we did that on live market. So upon this, we add our risk management. Our risk management states that when the price goes in our favor, we'll stop loss to break even. So let's enter the short trade right here upon this market. Right, you can see the market is ranging. Number one, and we are getting a breakout of this trend line. We are looking at this as a retest. So we enter from here, this point, we target this next hesitation here because we are saying there should be a resistance zone around that point, right? So from here, let's play and see how it plays out. So let's see how it plays out. It's gonna okay, all right. You can see our TP got smashed right here. All right. So let's look for another example again. You can see why we enter the trade is the same thing we are looking out for. When we see a breakout, we test, we shoot, right? So we saw trend line breakout and this resistance support and resistance breakouts. That's why we entered this trade for the short. And we targeted here because we are seeing a situation here. Like the price is rejecting here. That's why we targeted here. And you can see our take profit got smashed within uh no time. So let's move ahead. Let's forward play again. If you have a question, you can ask. So this is let's move on. Let's see how the price is going. What the price is going to do. If it gives us another entry, right? I guess someone is trying to join. All right. So yeah, welcome. How are you doing? So I hope everybody understanding what we're doing. We're doing looking at something very simple, right?
Yes, yes. We understand you
Something
Yes, we
very
are with
simple.
you.
Is
smoothly,
it very simple?
smoothly,
Is it simple?
smoothly.
Smooth. All right. Something very simple. That's what we're looking at. Not so much. So you can apply this on any forex pair or cryptocurrency.
Okay.
All right.
So, sir, let me ask one question, sir. We are now forming fresh zones. Do we now adjust our support and resistance or draw fresh ones to accommodate the current range so that
Yes.
we can
Yes.
get, yeah,
Yeah.
you get
Very
what I'm
important.
saying, sir?
I understand what you're saying. So once a trend line or a support and resistance, or once let's say basically once a trend line has been used, you should take it out and form a new one. Like once we have seen a break and retest of that trend line, you should take it out and form a new one and create a new one. You understand? Once the
Yes.
trend line break and retest, right? Take the trend line out and create a new one. That one is already invalidated like that. All right. So let's move up ahead. The price is coming to this resistance zone. So let's see if it's going to break it. So if it breaks it upward like this, upon retest, we buy, right?
Yes.
Correct. Correct. So let's see what the price is going to do. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Can you see it broke it upward, right?
Yes. And he had the
Just like
retest.
this. All right. So let's see what it's going to do. All right. You can see upon that. Uh, that should be our trade, right? It's sitting here. This was the retest. And assuming where this is a 1 hour time, assuming when a moving market, you see the correct, like it's going to be very slow for us to catch the retest because we are replaying. That is why this thing came up very fast. Assuming we're in the bear market, so we are just going to retest this and buy this trade right here. Remember, we're waiting for this to happen, and it's happened, and this is our trade right here. That's what actually what we're waiting for in
So
between as well.
that's 1:1. Oh,
This is one ratio. Can I make it one ratio two? Yes, smash one ratio two. This is one ratio two, right? It's still gonna get smashed one ratio two.
okay.
You can see, right? So it's still going higher, and let's see. We have a zone here. This new zone. You can see there's a zone here, right? From here.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. So if what we are expecting is this. This is what we are expecting. Hope everyone is following. This is what we are expecting, right? This is what we are expecting right here. If we see this, we enter, right? If we see a break and a test, we enter, right?
Yes. Oh, the other way around. It's my fault.
If it falls, that means it doesn't come to our trade. So we are still good, right? Our capital is still secure. So if it doesn't come to us, it's fine. Just let it go. If anybody comes to us, we enter. If it doesn't come to us, we leave it. Right? All right. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Is it breaking it? Let's see. Is it breaking it? All right. See, it's unretested. Right here. It's inside the zone. So upon this retest, we still enter from there. Upon the retest, it's very retested, but it's inside the zone. So we enter from there. And we target this next station right here. So let's see how it plays out. And our stop loss should be as break even as let's come here. This should not be going against us. That's why our risk management is important. All right, this is why risk management is very important. Upon this move here, I think when we are in at least 100 or 200 profits, most of us will break even. This is of 1,000 profits, 2,000 profits, 3,000 profits. Our stop loss should be around the other point. So for the sake of this, we need to be applying that as well. So this should be our break even, right? So we already see that for the class. So this already went up and came back down. So because of this kind of market that is going up and coming down, we need to secure our capital. So if we don't secure our capital, that's when we have more stop loss hits. You understand? Just like this one. So this would have been a stop loss hit if we don't use the risk management. Like I told you, risk management is without risk management, your strategy is not work is rubbish, right? So our risk management states that whenever we in profits, like let's say, I guess this is giving us not even more than 100. Let's say you are in 1,000 profits, like 1,000. You can see this when this is in like 1,000 profits or 2,000 profits, we move surplus to break even because since it's a volatile pair, it's giving us large numbers here, right? Now is in this is even 14,000. Okay, this is 1,000. When we are in 1,000 profits, we move surplus to break even. So this should have hit our break even right here. So let's put that into consideration as we are moving on to the next one. So if this breaks out down here, what are we expecting? If you have a question, you can ask. You're expecting something like this, right? So let's see.
Yes, a retest then the fall.
Yes. So let's see it happen. All right. Can I see it broke down? Can I see that? So this should have been our entry right here. It happened, and that's our entry. Whenever we see it, we enter. If we don't see it, we don't enter. So whenever we see it, don't think too much about it, just enter. Make sure your risk management is in check. That whenever it moves, this is already 1-2 in profits, 1,200, right? So our top loss will be at break even. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So let's watch it. You can see it's smashed our take profit,
Sir, sir,
running a
sir,
risk.
is it a must we should put our stop loss and take profit at 1:2, right?
Okay, is it a must to put our risk
Yes,
reward 1:2? Now,
yes.
your risk reward needs to be at least 1:2, right? To be in a good trade and using a good strategy. It should be at least 1:2, right?
Okay,
But
okay, sir.
if you are setting your take profits, right, and it's not giving you, let's say, for example, it's not giving you at least 1:1.5. If you are not gaining more than you are risking, then don't take the trade. If you are not gaining, let's say, if you are risking $2 and you are not getting at least $3 or $4, right? Don't take the trade.
Okay, sir.
Don't take it. So that is what we'll be looking at. If you are risking
Okay, sir.
$2, you need to be getting at least $3 or $4. You can't be risking. Okay, you can also, if you are comfortable with risking $2 to get $2, you can take it if you are comfortable with it. But you cannot be risking $2 to get $1.
Yes.
That is why I said we should use 1:2, right? You can also use 1:1.5, depending on how you're comfortable with, or 1:1.
Okay,
But
sir.
if you're doing 2:1, right, that is a very bad one
Okay.
because you can have 5 winning streaks, and by the time you lose only once, all the winnings are gone.
Okay, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir. Thanks, sir.
All right, so let's move forward. Let's bring out this zone right here. So what we are expecting is if price come like this to break this zone, right? The test we shoot, right? Remember, there is also trend line involved. Let's add our trend line. We should be seeing a trend line like this. There should be a trend line here. Right? So let's add one like this. All right. There's also a trend line, downtrend trend line going from top here to this point, right? If the price comes like this, break here, we should. If the price comes back up here to break here, we should, right? If the price, you can see the price already came like this to break this trend line, we should, right? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So that is all what we're looking for. Yeah, but to filter this move, to filter it, you want to be seeing a trend line break and retest as well as a zone break and retest on the same spot. But you can also take this risk if you are willing to take the risk, right? You are still looking at break and retest. So you can see upon this retest right here, you can see shoot. So you want to be seeing a zone break here. You can see this is a break and the retest right here, right? You can also see this zone if you are willing to take the risk. So are you willing to take the risk? Are you willing to risk this? If you're willing to risk it, you can take it, target this next one right here, and you see how it plays out. Alright, so let's see how it plays out. You can see it took out our stop loss. That is why I said if you are saying a break and retest of this one, that is more preferable for us right now. So it's on a trend line at the same time. But if you are saying only a trend line, it's more riskier to trade. So let's put that into consideration. I'm happy this is an example, but let's see if our stop loss would have been at breaking. This would have taken us on stop loss. You can see our stop loss, our price gave us 1,000 profits, right? Before it came back. So our stop loss here should be our break even. That's why I said the risk management is important. Please pay attention to everything we're saying on the class. You can see this actually give us some profit. Not that when we enter it gave us stop loss. No, it gave us 1,000 profit. And our risk management states that whenever we are seeing at least 1,000 profits or 500 profits, right? 500 points or pips profit. We should move our stop loss to break even. So this should have took it at the break even right here.
Sorry, I
Following risk
can't, I
management.
can't see your screen again. Okay, I can see it now.
So any question before we continue? I just made two things clear. I hope you understand what I just said about this strategy and risk management.
Yes, sir. We understand, sir.
All right, so let's continue. Now, why we are using risk management is because we know there's going to be a bad trade. There's no strategy you are using, you're going to have a bad trade. Right? So risk management will help us to minimize those bad trades. Instead of us ending up in loss, end up at break even. Do you understand?
Okay. Sir, can you come again?
So there's no strategy you use that you're not going to have a bad trade, right? So risk management help us to reduce those bad trades. So instead of us having a bad trade using this strategy, we'll be ending up at break even. If you realize every trade we'll be taking here on this class will either be in profit or at break even. Once we apply that risk management, very important. Once we apply risk management, we will either be in profit or in break even. It's when you remove the risk management, you will end up in loss. Do you understand? So when you remove the risk management, you have a losing trade. All right. So I hope I've made that clear. So let me take all these trend lines out. It's already invalidated. Okay, this one is still valid. This one we are expecting a break, which is already broken out. So if one retest, we should right. All right. So let's just one retest. Upon retest, we should apply the proper risk management. Oh, it didn't come back down. Okay, this is the retest right here. This is the retest. This is the retest right here. You can see when it broke out. This is the retest right here. You can see and this was the trade right here upon this one. This should be our long trade. Okay. So applying risk management whenever it's in 1,000 or 500 profits, most of us will break even and get the next trade if we are taking profits. Okay, let's keep on moving. Let's take this one out. It's already validated. Let's keep moving forward. Did anyone ask a question? So before I started the class, I said I actually thought some this exactly I'm telling you right now, and the person is making profits. The person actually told a story that he was learning it for since last year, and he was actually looking at saving up some money to join a class, like a class. So I said, okay, let me just teach you this one, try it out. If it works for you, fine. So I just taught him exactly the same thing, right? Then he went on PTC BTC USD and started using it. And he came back and told me that oh, he thought before he would know how to make profit in trading, he would have to join a maybe mentorship. I was trying to save up $50 to join a $50 mentorship, or $300 to join a yearly mentorship, $200 to join like some mentorship class where you learn how to trade properly. Now, but we said this strategy is very simple to understand, and yet it will still make profit once you apply. Thank you. Once you apply your risk management, once you apply your risk management. So that's like is a living proof. The guy is a living proof that oh okay, this strategy is working, and he didn't know what he was thinking. Oh, like what the MCMC is hard, the ICT, the concepts they are too big. Like you'll be hearing this SSS, POA, POI, PPP, POS, POV. You'll be hearing different names, FVG and the rest. OB, right? Behind different names and the rest. So those concepts are too large for him to understand. So he just learns this simple style, and the guy does not trade gold. He just trades BTC, only BTC USD, and sometimes GBP USD, but mostly BTC USD because that's where he has seen his major profits using this strategy, right? He has used this strategy to make up to $300 in a week on BTC USD. All right. Um, let's continue. Any more questions before we continue? Any more questions?
No, sir.
All right, so let's move on. Make sure the risk management is very important. Without risk management, your strategy is a waste. So, what are we expecting? Let's look at what we are expecting first. Remember, as fractional traders, we are not predicting the market. We are only taking action once we see a uh, reaction. Price react, we act. If the price give us this reaction, we take action, right? Buy.
Yes, sir.
So that's why we are called price action traders. We are always taking action when the price reacts. All right, that is the basic. That's why the name was invented, price action traders, right? So let's look at what we have. All right, try to break that zone. When you're not broken yet, okay. Break right here. Up break, yes. So this is our trade upon here. I see upon here is our stop loss. Around here. So on, let's apply this management. On, this is already strong in profit. Supposed to break even. And then this take favor. If you take as break even, fine. Because they can favor. You can see this take profit smash right here. Applying risk management. All right. Okay. So let's keep moving. We have a zone up here. Um, I believe this strategy is simple, right? I believe it's simple, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. It is very simple and very understandable.
All right. So that's the aim for the class. I want it to be very simple. I don't want. I know there's a list, like Igwe said, there's a list that okay, we have to put all this in place, but this one is working, right? Just fix the what is working.
Sir,
All
excuse me,
right.
sir.
Right.
Sir, if you want to enter this trade straight up without any scalping or something like that, where do we enter?
If you want to enter without
Like
any
where do we enter
scalping,
this uptrend trade? Sir?
wait. If I'm correct from what he said, where do we enter this uptrend trade?
Yes. Fully, like
Okay.
fully, without no scalping.
No scalping.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what are you? Okay, you want to day trade, right, or swing trade?
Yes, 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 yes. Like
You want
something
to
like
swing
that.
trade. You want to swing?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to swing, we are actually day trading right now. But if you want to swing, you will not look at 1 hour time frame. We'll be looking at the daily time frame, the weekly time frame.
Okay.
So we'll be doing break and retest on the daily time frame and the weekly time frame.
Okay, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is day trading. That's why we're looking at 1 hour time frame, and you can also look at 4 hour time frame. That is day trading. But if you want to swing this trade, this same thing we are looking at on this time frame, just go to the daily and look at it. That's all.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, just go to the daily and look at it. And once you see it, you enter, you hold it until you hit your but make sure you apply risk management that okay, once it's in this profit, it's move surplus to break even, and this will give you the risk.
Okay.
I've answered your question.
You can continue, sir.
All right. So, did I answer your question, or maybe I skipped something while saying it?
No, 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 sir.
Okay. So that was the right question, right? If you want to swing the trade, right? If you want to hold it for a long period of time to give you good profits. All right. No problem. So this is what we're expecting. Let's play and see what plays out. Oh, it has broken it. But this is not a valid, this is like a rejection up there. So let's say valid, okay, that's a valid break up there. Alright. So upon this is a retest of this zone. This coming back down, this red candlestick that came back down was the retest. We look at the back here, you see it, the zone is extended. Alright, so this was the retest down here. So from here we can catch the buy trade, stop loss, take profit is gonna be upon this execution here. Retest execution. So you're good. This is like more issues and take profit smart. Now, you think from what you're saying, you said this is scalping, right? No, this is not scalping because it's looking small like this. It's not scalping. I believe that's what you asked the question. So this took how many hours to take profit? 1 hour, 1 hour entry, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours, 5 hours. This took 5 hours to reach our take profit. Now, how did I know it took 5 hours to reach our take profit? It's because the candlestick formation. A trade that takes you 5 hours to reach the take profit. Is this scalping? Scalping takes you about within 15 minutes or
5 minutes.
within
Scalping takes
5 minutes.
about 5 minutes or 10
Yes,
minutes.
about 5 minutes you're already on take profit. And if you're scalping, you won't be getting these big pips here.
Profits.
You get the
Yeah.
smaller pips. So this one took 3 hours to hit our take profit. So this is the trading. You are trading within a day. 3 hours. A trade that would take you maybe 6 hours, let's say maximum 7 hours to hit your take profit. That's what we are looking at. That's the trading. That's why we are trading. That's why we are looking at it on 1 hour time frame. So this is not scalping because it's small like this. Now why it's small like this again is because we are targeting, we are setting our TP, we are setting it for a reason. Our stop loss, we are setting it for a reason. Our entry, we are entering for a reason. You understand? We are not just entering, put our TP long. You understand? You can do that if you are willing to take the risk, right? Just put your trade in a risk-free trade. You can say, okay, I have a TP1, I have a TP2, I have a TP3. Once you see that you have entered a trade and your trade has gone into profit, just move your stop loss to break even. Then leave your TP to be open. Then if the trade comes back to you use your stop loss, right? Sorry, to hit your break even. You know that okay, you are fine. If the trade goes up in your favor and you are willing to push it out at any time, right? You are fine. Just do anything that is comfortable that you are comfortable with, right? Trading does not have just the only rules we have in trading is your risk management that you have to set that for yourself. But where you set your TP is not in trading. You can see my TP is we are setting TP based on a reason, right? But you yourself personally, you can set your TP because maybe you want to cash more profits. You can do that if you want to add that to your risk management, but make sure you don't get
At your risk.
risky on the chart,
Stop out.
right? or you just get stopped out at break even instead of taking it. Just like let's say this trade is 2K, you can see this trade is 2K. Let's say we let our take profit open, we're getting this big profit, but let's say the trade got here and you are still expecting it to go higher because you want more profit. The trade now came back here to hit your break even. You now be crying that, oh, if I knew, I would have closed it here. Do you understand? Just take your small profit
Yes,
into
sir.
another. Your although you're getting 1:2, 1:3 because this price is going to give you 1:3, 1:4, 1:5, right? Just stick to that or leave your TP open. If your profit is enough for you, jump out. But it might take longer time. Like this one, this is 4 hours. It's not very long though. It's day trading. Within a day, you are fixing your take profit. So not take very long. If you take your take profit, it's fine. If you take your break even, it's fine. But use the risk management to make sure you don't have stop loss hits. You understand? It's to reduce your stop loss hits. So any more questions?
No, sir.
Sir, please, I want to ask one question. I was
All right.
just observing, and I just said I should just throw it in. Fine, we are using this about support when price we test it more than 2 or 3 times. When support return to resistance, we are using trend like the same. So I was just thinking if we combine this, wait for price to get to a support, maybe if we are scalping or day trading, maybe on 1 hour 50. Assuming I'm scalp, but I don't scalp. But assuming we draw this on 15 minutes or 1 hour, then price retreats to our support zone. Then maybe we'll go to a lower time frame. Then we draw a counter trend line. Then when it now breaks and retests the trend line, we can now follow the trend. But it must be on a support zone on the higher time frame. Then we'll now draw a trend line. Then wait for break and retest for the counter trend line. Then we join the trend. Do you think it's a good idea?
All right. So from what you said, you're just trying to complicate things for yourself. All right. What you said is trying to complicate things. Well, what I would say is once you see why I said we should not look at everything on the list. Now, this is the reason why I said it. I don't want to complicate things, right? I want it to be easy that even someone that is even a baby can understand this. That whenever you see this, come back, break, coming back to the zone, you that. That is the reason why I made it as simple as that. But if you are going to look for another counter trend, you are trying to like complicate things for yourself. Even if you draw counter trend and draw everything, if the trade is going to go against you, it's going to go against you. Remember, this market, nobody is controlling it. If it's going to go against you, it's going to go against you. If it's going to go in your favor, it's going to go in your favor, right? You can do, but if you apply no matter what you do, if you want to do anything, put risk management to it and don't complicate things for yourself. When you see the break, you see a retest, you should, right? If you try to complicate
Yeah,
things, that's
okay.
when you try to make things hard for yourself. You still, I've done this, I've done
Um,
that, you are adding many things.
okay, sir. Sir, I I want to ask a very funny question. I'm very sorry.
You can ask any
Is
question.
somebody with $10 account, can it trade on a 1 hour time frame?
No,
Won't the
all
person get
right,
stopped out?
all right. This one, all right. Let me answer your question. Now, this thing you are doing, okay, this thing you are doing here, okay. Now I understand your question is coming from. This thing you are doing on 1 hour. I told you our entry is gonna be on 15 minutes. You understand?
No, you
So
say our entry will
let's
be on 15 minutes.
yes. So let's do an example right here. You can see on gold, on gold.
Yeah.
Let's give me a moment. I guess someone is trying to do. Give me a moment. Someone is trying to do. Let me get the question. This question you're asking is a very good question. So let me answer it. on gold, I'll bring out. Let me see. Especially with a $10 account, that's a very important question. So since you are using the right leverage, right? So let's see how much you will be risking. Now remember, if you are using a small account like $10, you should not be trading good. That's number one. If you are using $10 account, you should not be trading good. You should not be trading BTC. But if you want to risk it, but this thing you said now this 1 hour for the setup to work. Now let me tell you why it work. Let me use one of these setup we did here, for example. Okay, I'll share the link. Okay, I'll share it. Alright, let me use this one for example. $10 account I'm trading good. Good is very volatile. You should be using a $10 account to be trading good comfortably. Alright, so alright, good. Alright, so let's see. Our stop loss here is what? Now let me see. Let's see. You're using $10 account 0.01. Now let's use our stop loss at this level, right? So what is our stop loss here? Okay. Okay, I said our stop loss was 19, right? 900. So capture for that was like 1:3. All right. So let me see. 19 using 0.01 is how much? How much loss are we? How much are we willing to lose if you are using a $10 account? 19. Okay, 19 is $19, right? Now, since we are using a small account, we want to get more sniper entry. So if we go to lower type, we should be seeing more sniper entry. So our stop loss should be tight. So let's say we have the sniper entry right here. It's trading good, right? More sniper entry. On the 15 minutes, we should be seeing a sniper entry for this. Let's say we enter this here. So we'll be risking $9 on this trade. Now, if let's say you want to build your accounts, right? You want to build your account for small on good. Now, this is what you will do, right? Instead of you to look for past 1 hour and go to 15 minutes and start stressing yourself, you understand? What you have to do is this: just simply go to 15 minutes. For this question you ask now, I want us to go to 15 minutes and do it. Do you understand? Let me close this trade. Let me clear this chart. All this thing you just said now. It's possible to do it. Let's close it. I've cleared everything here. Let's go to 15 minutes. All right. Let me go to 15 minutes. Now, I want to do some scalping here right now. Since you are trading good your $10 account, all right? We'll be scalping it. This is 5 minutes. We'll be using 15 minutes, 5 minutes, thereabouts. Let me see. All right. 15 minutes. Use your application. Just give me a moment. Right. Let's do it on 5 minutes. I'll just give you a short one from our 10 minutes. All right, let's back this. I think it's somewhere around here. All right. This is 15 minutes, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. That question you asked, I want to discuss monthly thing you are doing on 1 hour. So you can trace that small account like $10. So this is a trend line. This is a zone. As I'm doing any type of question you ask, this is the zone right here.
Okay. Okay, sir.
This is that zone right here. Right? This is our move right here. This is our move. That's correct. Breakout retest we should.
Yes.
Alright, so this was our short trade here. So let's do this. This is exactly what we did on 1 hour already. Short trade here. So let's see how much we made. Let me bring out my calculator. We are doing this back testing now is trading the $10 accounts. Calculator $10. I'll start from $10 capital. If we have a loss, I'll add the loss here. This is the $10 capital. Now once you see this trade, now we start from $10, we saw this first move right here. And we entered it, I put a stop loss here, I take profit the next extension right here, which is 1:2. You can see our take profit got smashed, right? Which is let's calculate 15 minutes time. We have 2,000 profits, 2,000 what? I mean, that's 24. Okay, let's tighten it to $10. We're using all the $10 upon this trade. So $10 charge, let's see, 50 for 7,000 is how many? That's $47, right? So let's also calculate on add it there. Whenever I was the entry of the take it. I remember if you are using $10 to trade gold, you are risking everything. And your first trade, you risk only your $10. All your $10 should be risking it on your first trade. 15 minutes time. So now we risk $10 and we want $47 more. That's $7. So I was looking for another one right here. Breakout test drop. Can you see how it's playing out?
Yes, sir.
It should be on that page right here. First. We are risking $20 to capture $20. This is $12 to capture the next solicitation zone is around here. So this is so 3. So this is $45 plus $45. Let's not define it like that. So you can actually do it on both. But make sure you wait for the setup plus 45. You can see within 2 trades, you're already 100% of your account. Let's keep on replicating that same thing as simple as it is. So as it is, this is zone here. The trend line coming like this. So we're expecting a break and retest. Outside, retest. What is zone here? Alright. This is what we're expecting. Let's play and see what will happen. Alright, you can see the test. Okay. It's actually raining around this point. Actually raining. Came on fire rain. Then see the camp. So this would have been our entry, but we would end up breaking from our risk money. So give us some profits, some good profits. Alright, let's keep playing. Once you match if that's the upper out, validated, go to the downside. Upon retest, we shoot. Alright, downside. Upon retest, we shoot. So we just join the score. Uh, let's just call it. All right. So Rakat, thank you very much. So this even have like a thumbs up like I just seen the light now for the first time. All right. So let's move up by this is the first of the downside. So add our risk management. Remember every trade you take, if you enter a live trade, your emotion is gonna be attached to it. Emotion is gonna be attached. You don't get that out of this. Emotion will be attached. So if you are risking this, you should be targeting uh one ratio, this one like 1:3. So let's play it and see what's gonna happen. Alright. Going back, you can see it didn't hit our stop loss. It just went back against us now. So this has already given us how many pips? 900, 1,000 pips. So this will be our break even right here. So we should be our break even on this trade right now. This will be our break even, if not our break even. So applying risk management to use it to minimize loss, maximize winning. So it went almost take our stop loss, came back to our profit, giving us like 1,000 pips. Move our stop loss to break even and it hit our break even. So we keep on moving like that. If it did finally goes to our favor, down is it has gone because we are applying our risk management, right? Applying our risk management. So if you
Yes,
are
sir.
going to add something, you're not in this zone down here. This zone here. We expect a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside. If you see a breakout to the upside upon retest we shoot. Is there anyone that is not following? If you see a move like this, we shoot. If you see a move like this, we shoot. Right, this is a break, but it's still ranging. This is the downward move that we got here. This break and the retest, so this should be our short trade here. Yeah, we should be targeting 1:2 or 3 or more. 1.9, we should be targeting this next station. Look to the left, a station down here to the left. So target a station which is upon here. So this will be 1:4. 19 to get 66. So let's take profit. So this should be $66 added to this. So remember, if we didn't apply risk management to this, we'll be in loss. It's because of risk management. That is why it's not because we are very good, right? No, not because we are very good or we are using the best strategy ever. That is why we are having this profit. No, it's because we are using risk management. You understand? It's not because maybe we are good, we are having the best strategy. It's because we are using risk management. So you have to do that, pay attention to that risk management. This should be a break even. This support should not even be as should be a break even before you take profit on it. Because of upon the entry giving us that break even. If you take profit on it, it's fine. If you take our stop loss, fine. Sorry, if you take our break even, fine, because you already have break even. So do you need more examples or you are fine?
I'm okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Any other person? Any question? This is question time. Any question? You want us to try it on another fair? Just tell me. Let's try it out.
So can you try it on BTC USD?
Let's try it on BTC USD.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we'll try it on BTC USD. Any other person? Which other person wants to try it on any other person apart from BTC USD? Although we'll still try on BTC USD, but let me have a list. BTC
Then,
USD.
sir, please, I want us to include the confirmation we've seen before we, after the break, of course, confirmation that will allow us enter.
All right. All right. Yeah. When the one time for that, what you say is one time. But for what you've seen so far, what do you think is the confirmation you see before you enter? From what we've done, what do you think is confirmation you see from what we've done so far?
I expect to see maybe lower time frame, maybe candlestick pattern, maybe engulfing candle or something, or a counter trend line break.
All right. It's more safer to wait for that confirmation, which is bearish or bullish engulfing upon this zone, right? And also, if you see multiple week rejection upon the zone, right? But let's say you don't know how to move or engulfing. Also, I'll say you should learn it. But let's say you don't know. Let's say you are right in this class and you don't know what is bullish engulfing, you don't know what is bearish engulfing, because some traders don't actually know these things. Although some most traders know it, but some traders don't actually know, right? So if you know them, you can look out for them. If you don't know them, you can either learn them or just stick to the strategy. Whenever I see break and retest, just enter, right? Just enter the trade. But make sure you enter it upon the retest. Don't enter it after the retest have finished and start going to the direction. No. They don't know those patterns. When you just enter. Your risk management, once you apply your risk management, it's going to guide you. When you see small profits in one like 1,000 p profit on gold, break even, right? Break even and let it flow. So your take profit. So did I answer your question?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
for those that don't know about this, I don't know candlestick pattern, right? Just when you see this thing that we just did now, this example we just did now. This video is recorded. I'll also share the link to the group once we're done. So for those that didn't join the class or for those that joined and still need to go back to refresh themselves out, see the group, the link on the channel. So let's watch it fresh on what we've done and see uh how it's working. So on BTC USD, this is BTC USD 15 minutes. USD is starting to gain strength. So let's do a small percussion from here on 15 minutes. So let's start from here. Let's start from here. Let's not go too far. This is June 3. We're already in June, right? This is June 3. You can see, let's look from the far side, right, how it has been working before we come to the present. Let's start from here. Oh, you just see the lights right now. So I might be switching to my phone to do this back testing. Right. So just see the lights here. I might be switching to my phone. So if this screen goes up, just wait on the class. I'll switch off. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can, right? break and retest, right? I see that break retest practicing right now. We'll be writing notes. You understand? And our chat so many things. So if you can apply your risk management to this will be a break even of that profit. And this is our take profits right here. So let's look at how it happened again. Right, so this is another on here. Guys, see it. Break and test. Boom. Can you see that? The short trade here. Right. So this is how it is working. This is your BTC. Right. It's exactly the same. Did you do anything different? Did you do anything different from what we did on Go? Is it a different thing we are doing here from what you've seen like this now? Can you
No,
hear me?
sir.
All right. This is exactly the same thing, right? So that is the same, exactly the same thing that we're looking at. All right. So also tell your your colleagues that also are interested in trading to join the channel, join the class, so we can teach them this simple style. Just with your risk management, that's what matters. Good risk management, you are good. If you have a bad risk management, even if you have the best strategy, it's not work. It's not work. You have to make. So you can see that good would have ended up in a losing, massive losing trade if not for risk management. That's why it's look as if we are just like hitting TP, hitting TP, hitting TP. You be like, hitting so much TP. I think this is the best strategy ever. No, no, it's not because it's the best strategy. It's because of risk management. All right, so you can see what happened here. So we're waiting for this break and retest, right? Break and retest, right? That's what we're waiting for, right?
Yes.
All right. So with good risk management, let's take this upon risk with risk that is straight. Right here. Actually, I want to it. So let's close. All right. So the testing here. So we enter to earlier from here. Let's see how it plays out. We won't try trade again. Let's just see how it plays. You can see it bust from. You can see it bust from here. We enter too early up here. That's why it took out the stop loss. So this was the break retest, but we entered too early. We allow it to come back to the zone. So correction taking. We should not. I let this want to go like this, right? Because I want the correction to be taken. We should not. We should wait for the proper retest. If we enter too early, we might be hitting stop loss. We enter too early right here. I spotted it. Oh, this was very early entry. Supposed to be looking at here, right here upon our entry. So we enter too early and it took off as stop loss. So pay attention to this one, this error. Pay attention to it. Not enter too early. This should be our profit because
Okay.
we took our stop loss. We should enter again. We should wait for a proper retest. Proper retest, like coming back down. This was
Please,
the break.
baby.
I knew there was a retest here. I knew there was a retest here.